Crazy too. But what we do each week is go through. Firstly, we like to get the new people that you've introduced to your teams on, so that they can see that. Because sometimes you feel like you're on your own, don't you? Because I mean, I spend my life in this office here, and we do things, but we feel like we're on our own. So it's good to get together once a week and realize you're not. Good to get to the buzzes. If you don't know what a buzz is, then message the person who introduced you. They will explain. And if they don't know, the person who introduced them will explain. But buzzes, in fact, Karen, are you able to speak and give me 30 seconds on what a buzz is? Because you attend a few.
Yep, sure. So, hi everybody. Yeah, a buzz is a monthly get together in a certain area. So, if you can take along new guests. So, if you've got somebody interested in looking at the business, you can take them along. And if you're taking a guest along, you want there to be a good atmosphere and a bit of a buzz in the room. So, the saying I always use is when you don't need the buzz needs you. And when you're feeling low, you're feeling lonely, or you're a bit negative, you need the buzz. So it's where we go. It's almost like plugging an electric car in on charge. It's where we go to get fired up, be in a room with other like-minded people. You get to hear loads of different people's stories. And it's just camaraderie, and you learn lots. And by going and listening, you'll learn how a better way to actually talk to new people as well. And if you are new, then you'll see each time you see the presentation, you'll see different bits, and you'll learn to meet people within your own area. So even though you might be sponsored from somebody that lives at the opposite end of the country, you can go find a local buzz and meet local partners who you can buddy up with and do stuff with. That's my take on it. And I think it should be imperative that you attend at least one every single month. That's my take.
I think so. I'd agree. Yeah, no, listen, and that pretty much nails it. So an opportunity to show other people the opportunity, the business that you found, and a chance for you to also go along and learn and meet other people. So absolutely, thanks for that, Karen. And Karen's one of the leaders in the group. So so yeah, definitely. That advice coming from her probably comes with some heavy weight behind it. And Karen attends probably more likely one a week, if not at least one a fortnight. She attends a few over a month, and success leaves clues. She probably attends more, and she's got the biggest business. So I guess that kind of answers that question for us. So if you've just joined us, if you don't mind, if you're clever or reasonably clever, if you're on the phone or whatever, there should be 3 dots on the top right hand corner. If you click that, you can actually rename, because I see some people it says iPhone and Samsung. If you can rename it so we know who you are, and we'll say hello to you. We're going to get started and just go through some of the basics. As I was saying, this is to introduce new people. This is to let you know you're not on your own. It's so that you can understand the basics and the important stuff, as well as some of the bigger stuff that makes it really exciting. I'm going to start by telling you a quick one while it's on my mind. The bigger stuff. The bigger stuff. It doesn't come much bigger than our annual conference, and that is called Power Up. We have another big event in September. Remind you about that in a minute. But Power Up is the annual event. We hold it in Telford, the International Centre. There's going to be about 8,000 crazy UW partners there. You will see it's an electrifying experience. Literally, it's on Saturday, the 20th of April. If you can't make the Saturday, then you can maybe make the Sunday, which is the 21st. It's repeated. Or if you're crazy like us, you probably go to both. Just make a weekend of it. But, cut the cloth to suit. We want you to get there. And I promise you, whoever you are going into that event, I will tell you right now, you will be a different person when you come out. It is life-changing. So get along to that one. That is called Power Up Annual Conference. You can book that. It's on the front page of the partner portal, which is a place you should be visiting every day for at least 15 minutes or so, maybe longer, just to try and get a feel for it. So welcome to Sandra, welcome to Louise, welcome to Trendy. Quite a few new people. I saw Monica, I think there. I think I saw Ololade as well. So some real big team leaders in here tonight. We're going to go through the things that are on the screen. It's important to know how and when you get paid, isn't it? Right? That's probably why you joined. The speed of the leader equals the speed of the team. So if you are a leader, you need to step up and lead from the front. Be that leader. And it's, we posted, Ruth, SGL, our upline, posted something earlier on, and I then reposted it. And it was just showing you about momentum. No, was it motivation and consistency? And it was showing you just a little bouncing ball, how important it is to keep on going. If you stop, it's like trying to roll a snowball up a hill. It builds up. It's hard work getting it going. Like anything, getting momentum going is hard. But once you've got momentum, you can kind of cruise, you can coast. So it's good to keep going. I believe, and I've always said, and I stand by this, excitement and enthusiasm to me are far more important than knowledge. Knowledge will come along with experience with time, but you can't know everything on day one, but you certainly can be enthusiastic about it. Duplication is keeping things simple, duplicatable so that anyone can do it. And support is absolutely key. So plug into the support system. You've got the person who introduced you. And also the bigger picture. Always look ahead. Now, I'm going to read this because I read this last week and somebody said that was brilliant. And I wish I could take credit for it. But this was from one of the top earners in the company who's on 7 figures a year. When asked, what do you do? Now, let me ask you this. If you were asked, what do you do? What business have you started? What would you say? I guess most people in the early days might say things like, "Oh, I can help you save money on your gas or your electric or your broadband or whatever. I might even be able to bundle them all together, get you a cash back." That's the kind of thing most. However, this is a bigger business than that, and you now own a part of it. I urge you, I implore you not to think of this like a business that you spent £10 starting. That's a small investment. I want you to imagine from this minute on that you actually invested £100,000 to start this. Now, I know you didn't, but it's a mind thing. Imagine you spend 100 grand starting this. Let me ask you this question. Would you do things differently if you had? I think you probably would, right? So here's what Steve Critchley said when asked, what do you do? He said, I'm partnered with a major UK PLC that's listed on the London Stock Exchange, one of the top 250 companies. We have many celebrity endorsements, and we're partnered with some of the biggest high street brands. We're currently the fastest growing brand in the UK, and my role, as is yours, is to build a distribution network for essential services throughout the UK. Oof. Wow, that's not quite making 20 quid, 50 quid, 100 quid on gas and electric, is it? That is what, ladies and gentlemen, you have got. So we're looking for ambitious. We're looking for people who want to change their lives. So that is where we start. And I'm glad we opened with that. Now, and I had to change a few things, so excuse it's not quite the normal format, but let's have a look at those who joined us. Now, it's a little bit jumbled this week. I had to put this together, but the names of these people are those people who have joined us this month. So welcome if your name is on there, and I can see Andrew, Benjamin, Iokunli, Avram, Michael. I think I saw Friday. Yeah, Friday. So if your name is on there, Timmy Topi just joined, Beatrice, everybody's on there. So welcome if you joined. You have potentially, if you take action on it, you have changed your life forever. It doesn't change overnight, but over a period of time, it can change your life. I'll just throw in here for those people who don't know my story. When I joined, I used to work, you're not going to believe this, but I did 126 hours a week. I used to work 18 hours a day, 7 days a week for 100 days in a row. And then I got the weekend off. 126 hours a week is crazy. I've now reduced that to 12. Why? Because of this business. Not because of me, but because of the team. Oh, somebody want to just Friday, somebody want to turn their mic off there?
Thank you. I will hold on.
Hang on, I'll do it for you if you're not going to do it. I'm not going to name you and shame you. Let's get you muted there. There we are. Thank you. So there we are. There we are. Who's got their mic on? Is Charlotte. Right, hang on. There we are. That's that sorted. Right. So that was my story, and that can be you, and a lot more. So that's the people who've just joined, and let's have a look at all of those who've had promotions this month alone. So new QDs, qualified distributors. We've got Sunday, we've got Michael, we've got Nick, we've got Leona, we've got Furumola, we've got Adiwali. And if I move this little picture out, people who have just been promoted as well. New future team leaders, FTL, Princess we've got there. We've got Omawumi, who is a QD star. Helen and Chinedu, who hit QD star, SQD, and FTL. Sandra, QD star. Richard, SQD. Marie, my partner's in the next room. Future team leader last week. Abimbola, QD star. Emerset, that's trendy. QD star. Evelyn, future team leader. And yesterday, I think it was, 2 days ago, it was, or Kelvin to his friends. So well done to everyone on there. And for some of the teams that join us, make sure you, in future, try and get me the list of your people that we can add in there. Just get it to me 24 hours in advance, because I'm not that great with the tech. So that's some recognition, and that's something you don't get generally in a job, right? They find it hard enough to say thank you, don't they? Essential basics, bonuses, how you get paid, the services we do, annual usage, training, and support. We've covered some of that. Now, what we're going to do is, this is when you start. This is what I say to every person that I introduce. You treat it like you spent 100 grand and get this done in the first 24 hours or 48 hours at latest. Get off to a fast start. Do your online training, get your ID done, and book time to do a fast start plan with the person who's introduced you. There's a couple of things that I would definitely implore everyone to do, particularly if you're new or if you want to do a refresher. It's great to do that. On the partner portal, under live training and events, there are 3 great called insights. One is called Launch Your UW Business, and you'll be on, some of these are 30, 60, and 90-minute trainings that you will book, and there'll be maybe a dozen of other 20 people in there with you, and it's all online. One's called Launch Your Business. The other one is Getting Multi-Service Customers. This is what we are about. We are not, did I say that enough? We are not just an electric company. We are not just a mobile company. We do multi-services. That's where our USP is, our unique selling point. And there's also one on goal setting as well. And then just start booking appointments. When I say booking appointments, the greatest tip I ever give anybody is, don't say to your friend, hey, John, just started a great new business. Think this could really benefit you. I'd love to show you it. I'm in my training phase, so I need to do some practice. Can I practice on you? Wait, and then always say, when's best? I need to do this as quick as I can. Are you available today or tomorrow? Don't you say when, because if you say when, they're too busy. They say, I'll get back to you. And then life gets in the way and they don't, right? So always say, which is best, today or tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, midday, weekend. And then just say, great. If they say, Thursday's good, just say, okay, morning or afternoon or early evening, because we've got training on Thursday evening. Always have that in your diary, and just book those appointments. And we're going to teach you to grow to independence from knowing absolutely nothing, and you don't need to know much, to knowing enough. Just enough is enough. Now then, some great bonuses again. For those people who have just joined, you will be delighted to know that in your first 30 days, if you choose to do so, you can. Can I ask Sarah to take a snap of the names of the people that are on tonight? Thank you. If you're in your first 30 days, there is the opportunity, as I call it, for you to earn whatever you earn if you help 6 or more people, families save money, then you can get an extra bonus of 500 quid. And if you're quick, you can even go for the other one. So that there's another 200. So there's a 500 quid, another 200, another 200, and another 250, and then a 300. All right. So there's a 1,250 quid right up there in bonuses alone. So make sure you don't sit on this for a week when you start. Don't say, I want to read everything in the manual. I want to know, I want to wait for my first bill to come through. Let me take a weight off your shoulders. You don't have to prove it works. We've been around for 25 years. It works. We've proved that, right? We're the fastest growing brand in the UK. So don't try to prove it. Just go with it. All right. So that's that. And really go for those bonuses. One, because the money's good. Two, if you get lots of money, you'll be even more excited and you'll share it with more people. So that's great. And track it on your system. These are the 4 core services. Never confuse these. We do energy. Now that encompasses electric and gas. Almost everyone has electric. Many people have gas, but whether it's gas, electric, or both, that's energy, category 1. Category 2, home phone and broadband. Now, I know you're going to say we don't even have a phone plugged in. Don't worry. Granny still does. All right. But many people will need that line coming into their house to plug their router into. So that's phone and broadband. And we do obviously super fast broadband. We give the free router, and people, if they have a house where it's a big house or an old house with thick walls and they have problems getting signals around the house, they can ask for the Aero devices and speak to us if you need to. There's a training on the partner portal for that. Mobile SIMs, we've just updated our package. We have gone 5G, super duper fast. And we do 2 packages. The essential package is for people who want unlimited calls and texts, and they want at least 8 gigabyte of data, which is quite a lot if you're not a big user. If you work from home, that probably would be enough. So that's the essential one. That's 13 quid a month. And we do the unlimited one. It's the cheapest unlimited multi-SIM deal in the UK. The first one is only £23. The nearest to that is 25. All right. So we're cheapest with 23, but if they take a second one, a third one, and a fourth one, they can get those ones for just 16 quid. So 2 for 39, I call it. All right. We also do handsets. So don't be going and buying one elsewhere. All right. Support your own business. And we do insurance. For people who own their property, there's boiler and home cover. If you rent, that's your landlord's problem. But for those who are working, you can have income protection. I always say it costs 4 quid a week for peace of mind. £4 a week, I describe that as the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks. In fact, last week I paid a £5 for a cuppa, and it killed me, right? I don't like it. Don't start me. Anyway, so a cup of coffee at Starbucks, or you're covered for your income protection. And that is income protection, just to be clear on that one, that is not if you're off for the weekend with a cold or man flu like we got, right? That is if you are off for an extended period of time, more than a month, minimum a month. If you're off for a month, your doctor has officially signed you off. You haven't just decided not to go back to work. So if you're off because of illness, or if you lose your job through no fault of your own, you walk out, that's your problem. But if it's no fault of your own, you get made redundant, that would protect you. So that's the 4 core services that we do. And by the way, this week we have a flash sale. Any new customer you're introducing, or your existing customers, can add home and boiler cover. And if they do it this week before by the 29th, they will get a £60 reward, which will be paid on their June bill. Sounds like June's a long way away, but it was only yesterday that it was Christmas, so it's not far away. Now, we've got our own team resource page as well. So we've got the partner portal, which is your go-to place, but we've also got, and anybody on here can use it, achieversgroup.co.uk. I put the copies of these trainings on there, but I encourage you to come and join us live on a Thursday, much better experience, but you can watch it on there. And at the top of that page, I've now put this document here. It's a 1-page kind of simple fact sheet for new people getting started, essential reading. But there's lots of trainings on there. I would encourage you to look at the one from 2 weeks ago, particularly, and last week. 2 weeks ago, we covered all the basics, which we're kind of covering part of that tonight. But last week, we had Adi and Mubo, who are super team leaders with a fast growing group, and they spoke incredibly well last week. And a lot of people told me they were highly inspired by their words. So that is there. It's all unique multi-services. Now, this is my favorite thing about the whole business. If you get this, how you change is incredible. Now, let's do this simple but quick. So imagine this. Imagine you have just started this business because you really do have a desire to change your life. Just checking this out. So you have a desire to change your life. You want to make things better. It might be alongside a full-time job. You might think, well, if I can make enough money out of this, I can go from 5 days to 4 days, or 4 days to 3 days, or whatever. Go part-time instead of full, whatever. Or you might have children you need to work around, and that's fine. So whatever reason you joined is your reason. That's your reason why. But what we're going to ask you then is have a look and ask yourself, of all the people you know, who are the 5 most ambitious go-getters that you know? And you're going to show them how to start this business, how to earn an extra income, build another income stream coming into their family. You introduce just 5 people. Now, listen, here's the reality. Excuse me. The reality is you might introduce 10, 20, 50, 100. That's good. But I'm going to do this on 5 because it keeps it nice and easy. If you can introduce 5, they in turn can introduce 5 each. More, of course, but 5. So if you can introduce 5 and they introduce 5 each, 5 times 5, that's 25. And if those 25 only introduce 5 other partners, that would be another 125 people. And if those 125 people introduce just 5 each, that is another 625 people who have joined your team to earn an extra income. If you add all of that up, not including yourself, you would have 780 partners in your team. Now, imagine this just for a moment, that each person could only gather 10 customers. Now, they can go and get hundreds if they want, but if they gathered 10 with our help and support and helped these families save money, if they had 10 customers each, you put a 0 on the end, that would be 7,800 group customers you would have in your team. And you would get paid a residual income. That's an income that comes in even if you are not working, while you're sleeping, of 2,340 quid. Now, let me ask you, is there anyone on this call tonight that would not like to have an extra 2,000 quid coming in every month before they got out of their bed? I didn't think so. I didn't think so. I saw you move there, Louise, and I thought maybe she just doesn't need the money, right? Okay, but that's it. So now that's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But if you don't start, it will never happen. It all starts with you. It's called the power of people. Now, before we go any further and we summarize, because I like to keep it inside that half hour, and there was a reason I did the basics again tonight. Because I believe with my heart that if we get the basics right on every new person that starts, then everything else will take care of itself. I promise you. If it's like, imagine this, if you were going to build a beautiful home, imagine just for a minute your favorite home, your dream home. Now, if you had that and you didn't get the foundation right, when you built the house, it's like the biblical thing, isn't it? If you build it on a plot of sand, the winds are going to come and it's going to get washed away. So get the foundations right. The foundations is how much do you put into your business? Do you treat it like a 10 quid business, or do you treat it like you invested £500,000 or 1 million or 100,000 even? How do you treat it as a mindset? Really, really think about that, because this could change your life. It most certainly has for me. It most certainly has for many, many people. And not just in financial ways. For many people, it has enabled them. And in fact, listen, let me use young mums as an example. I know of a young mum, I know of many young mums in this business who, when they had their baby, and if you're a mother, you'll relate to this, I guess. You were pregnant for 9 months, 9 long months. You carried that baby, and then you gave birth to something so beautiful. And then reality set in that at some point I need to go back to work, and I'm going to have to pay for childcare, or I'm going to have to give someone else my little beautiful baby to look after, and I'm going to have to go to work to earn money. Now, I don't know about you. I'm getting emotional thinking about that. I've got ladies in my team who have just had babies, and I've got ladies in my team who are expecting babies. And I know that they would dearly love not to have to go back to work. If they get the foundations right and build this, I had somebody told me they've got 2 kids, and for childcare, it was going to cost them nigh on, wait for this, 1,000 quid a month, right? I can see Louise nodding. £1,000 a month. So actually, if they could earn £1,000 here, they don't have to go back to work. It just cancels it out, you know? So it makes, or listen, if they could earn 400 or 500 here, but not have to spend 1,000, that would make a difference for them. And not just a financial difference, a truly emotional difference. Build this for your future. Anyway, I get emotional when I talk about that. So before we all wrap up tonight, I want to ask a couple of people. I'm going to have a quick look and see who we've got on the call tonight. We heard from Karen a moment ago. And I know we've got some great people who have had some good fast starts. I definitely want to recognize all the people. I'm not mentioning names because it would be unfair in case I miss somebody, but you know who you are if you want to hear for the first time or maybe only a second time. But if you're on the call, well done for making it, because as my mentor Jim Rohn says, if it's easy to do, it's easier not to do. Work harder on yourself, your personal development, than you do on your job. A job a full-time job will give you a wage. A part-time business like this can build you a future. All right. Now then, let's see who I'm going to pick on. I'm going to pick on tonight. Everybody's getting nervous in case I say their name. Oh, do you know something? I'm going to do a real random one here. I am going to ask, right? In fact, Friday, are you on the call? If you are, I think I saw your name there. Are you able to unmute Friday?
Yeah, I'm here.
Maybe not. You're Friday. Listen, I wanted to say well done on your good start, your great start with UW, my friend. All right. So well done. I'm looking forward to having a chat with you. Hopefully get round to tomorrow, but it's been a busy week. But let me ask you, just so everybody knows different backgrounds, Friday, what do you currently do for a living? And what area do you live in the UK?
I live in Sunderland. I
Oh, you're in
work in
Sunderland, right, the
Nisha,
northeast. Are you
Northeast.
working in Nissan?
No, I didn't say Nissan. I said my work is HR, like human resource.
All right. All right. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. And do you mind me asking, what was the reason? What did you like best when you saw this business? What made you join?
The ease, like I'll say two things. One, it's not something that you have to really work so hard to do. Then two,
Mhm.
the aspect of being able to help another person
I love
is
that.
something different
I
for
love
me.
that.
So basically, those are the
Yeah.
main reasons.
Good. I love that. So yes, it's not the hardest thing in the world to do. It's simplistic and it fits around everything. I love that. But the second thing you like is something that we have a great culture in our team and throughout the whole of UW team Purple is that this is not just about you. As Friday said there, and I love those words, it's not about you, it's about who you can help. And by helping other people, I think it was the great Zig Ziglar. If you help enough people to get what they want in life, you can have anything you want. Or as one of my mentors many years ago, John Kelench said, he says, I'm not looking for £1 million. I'm looking to make 1 million friends. And in the process of making 1 million friends, I will inevitably make £1 million. But it's about the other people. Thank you for that, Friday. Really, really appreciate that. Also going to recognize Sandra, who's on the call. And let me ask one more person before we wrap up. Let's see. I love this bit because that minute when I pause and everybody goes, please don't pick on me. Please don't pick on me. Please, 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 please don't pick on me. But I'm going to talk today to let's ask Trendy. Trendy, my friend. How are you? Are you
here.
able to unmute yourself, man? You are indeed, my friend. Now listen, there's a reason he's called Trendy. As you get to know him, you will get to know why, all right? But Trendy, let me firstly ask again, because everybody's from a different background. So where in the UK do you live and what do you currently do in your day job as it is?
Okay, I'm currently working with the bank. Good evening, everyone. And also I live in Huddersfield. I make clothes also.
Ah, that's right. You're the man I was speaking to when I just bought. I'm rubbish with geography, everybody. I bought myself a big wall-size map here, and when when Trendy said he lived in Huddersfield, I had to ask, "Where's that?" And I've bought little pins now, and I've now got a map over here. You'll get to see it sometime, and it's got pins for where everyone is. It's starting to cover the whole map now. So and Karen laughs because my geography is terrible. Yeah, I didn't even. She said she lived in Leicester, and I had no idea
I do
whether
not
that was
live
on
in
the.
Leicester.
Well, no, no. Oh, sorry. You live near Leicestershire, isn't it? Is that what it
Leicestershire.
is?
It's a massive difference.
Leicestershire. All right, okay. See, she gives me a hard time on this, right? Don't blame her. But she's part of the reason I actually bought the map. So, if you're any sensible, yeah, try and work out where other people are in your team in the UK. It's great. But this business, as I say, it's very much. It doesn't matter where people are in the UK because they're always at the other end of an internet connection or a telephone. So, listen, thank you, Trendy. Thank you for that, putting you on the spot
Thank
there.
you.
Really appreciate it. And let me congratulate you as well on your new promotion and your
Thank
bonus
you.
and everything else and the growth of your team, my friend. Let me throw out a challenge for everyone. When Power Up comes round, I did mention that, didn't I? Power Up. When Power Up comes round, I want to see you all there. I would like everyone at the end of this call that if you've booked it, great. If you haven't booked Power Up yet, I set you this challenge. At the end of this call, go onto your partner portal, book your ticket, and send me a message and say, I've booked it. All right, I've booked it. Now, some people say, but I don't know how I'm going to get there and all that stuff. Okay, here's how the mind works. If you book it, if you're anything like me, I am so tight that if I book it, I will find a way to get there. All right. I might not know how to get there or where the heck it is, but I will find a way. And we have such a big organization. There's tens of thousands of people in UW throughout the UK. Someone in your area, we will link you up. If you have got a car, you can take a couple of people with you. If you haven't got a car, we'll find someone who has, and you can share the fuel and jump over. But it will be life-changing for you. All right. It will be. And again, my other promise to you all is if you go on that day and you experience everything that we're going to show you, we're going to have some extra special announcements because we're not allowed to say, but we are days away from crashing through our 1 millionth customer. All right, 1 million customers. So there's going to be an extra special announcement at Power Up. You don't want to not be there on that day. All right. So get along there, book it. We'll work out how we're going to get you there somehow. I'm going to be there for the whole weekend. I can't wait to meet you. I'm sad to tell you, I'm a hugger. So when I meet you, I will put my arms out and you will either go and run away a mile, or you will just say, "Come on, big boy, give me a hug." All right. And I hope you do the latter of the two. But either way, who loves you, right? So listen, thank you very much. We're slightly over time. We're 6-7 minutes over time. So I want to say thank you to everyone who made the effort. It would have been so easy for you not to come here tonight. I hope you learned just something. You won't learn everything. 1% a day, every day, over a year. In 365 days, you are a different person. All right. So, as it says on the screen, commit to coming back next week. Try and help some people this week and bring them on as part of your new team next week. Celebrate everyone's success every morning. When you see people welcome, they've come on. It's great to be recognized and to recognize others and encourage them when they get the promotions. Learn more, earn more, do more. All right. The basics, personal development. This is the book I'm reading at the moment. Where's the camera? It's run a bit there. This is the book I'm reading. My tip to you, there we are. It's better than looking at my face, isn't it? It's called The Big Build, Network Marketing Today. For I think it's about £12 a month, £3 a week. It's you can join knowledgeisking.co.uk, Book of the Month Club. And they will send you a book or an audio or something every week. But also, YouTube's a great free resource. Bring one person. If everyone here brings one person with them next week, we'll have twice as many people. Okay, and I've got some great news for you. Next week, I don't think I'm going to be talking, which is fantastic news for most people, especially me. So we've got some a special guest coming next week. And then the week after is the first Thursday of the month. And the first Thursday of every month, we link in to Stefan Longworth's Inner Circle of Knowledge. And Stefan's the third top earner in the company, and an incredible guy. So that'll be a big Zoom. There's only 20, 30 of us tonight, but there will be hundreds on that call. Every Sunday at 8:30, you can watch the Big Night In with Wes Linden. But just take a note of these final things before we go. Every Sunday, 8:30, the Big Night In. Every Thursday at 8:30, Thursday team training. Power Up is on the 20th, Saturday, the 20th of April, also repeated on, and that's a live in-person event. Go and help as many people as you can. Learn the basics, and God bless you. Have a great week ahead. And please, if you need to message me over the next 48, 72 hours, please excuse me if I don't get back with my usual speed. We're going to be having a bit of a celebration this weekend. So thank you, everybody. Feel free to unmute yourself and say, good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, Mike.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thank you.
Bye. Have a good one.